Hey, what's up? So I actually just played a round of Phantom Forces right before this, and you can see I got number 2, which was pretty good. Could have been number 1, but I joined late, so... anyways, so I haven't played Phantom Forces in a bit, so I'm kind of rusty. But the first gun I used was the Type 20, and I mean, how is this thing not nerfed? It is, like, looking at the stats, this thing is insanely overpowered. It doesn't even make sense. So I thought I would make a video kind of exposing this thing of how fucking blatantly overpowered this thing is. So my loadout, I have 456 kills. My loadout is the Coyote sight, but I also like the Cobra sight on this. T-brake, stubby grip, green laser, and no ammo modification. I don't know why I said it like that, that was weird. But anyways, getting to the damage, it does 34 damage. So that makes it a 3-shot to the torso in close range, up to 30 studs, which isn't that good, that's pretty short. But it does retain pretty good damage. Its minimum damage is 24, but it has a 1.1 torso multiplier. I just did some quick math. If you hit the torso at maximum range at least twice, then it'll be a 4-shot kill instead of a 5-shot kill, because the 24 damage gets increased by 1.1 times, making it 26.4 damage. So 26.4 plus 26.4 plus 24 plus 24 equals 100.8, meaning it's a 4-shot. And besides from the damage, the fire rate, while it's a little slow, it's actually, I find, to be pretty much perfect. The recoil feels slightly heavier per shot than you'd see on other assault rifles, but it balances out with the lower fire rate. But the fire rate is still plenty fast enough to be effective. The muzzle velocity, I think that's pretty average, to be honest. I don't know. Okay, yeah, it seems pretty dead average in terms of muzzle velocity, maybe slightly above average. However, the penetration depth is definitely above average. For other 5.56 rifles, it's about 1.2 or even 1 on the Scar L, which is interesting. Even the AK, which shoots a different caliber, is the exact same, 1.4 studs. The recoil, I'll get into the recoil on this thing now. Actually, I'm just comparing it. The numbers honestly just look better on the Type 20 than on basically any other rifle. So I thought this thing actually kicked harder, but apparently not. It's actually a little lighter. The recoil is a little weird. It reminds me of the HK21. It requires a little bit of getting used to, but it's still really easy, especially with the right attachments. A T-brake and stubby grip works perfectly for me. I wouldn't say no recoil. No gun really has 0 recoil, but it's pretty close. And I don't know, it's pretty good in hipfire, and that's about all I have to say about that. And even the attachments are pretty good. First of all, it has an extended stock, which basically acts as a full stock. It reduces recoil slightly. I don't have it unlocked though, because I don't have enough kills, but yeah, that's one benefit. And then also, if you look at the ammo tab, it also has an extended magazine, which increases the magazine size to 40 while not decreasing the reserve ammo by anything. And also it has a 60-round drum, which it says drastically affects your weapon handling, but I tested in the test place and it doesn't even do anything. You can see it doesn't even change in any of the stat numbers anyways. And it's a 60-round drum, same amount of reserve ammo as if you use the extended magazine or the normal magazine. So I mean, you can basically turn this thing into a borderline light machine gun. It also has an integral suppressor and also a carbine barrel and a squad barrel. The carbine barrel and the squad barrel seem pretty, I don't know, average for a carbine or squad barrel. The integral suppressor, I don't think it's really that useful. It ruins the long range damage, but slightly increases the close range damage range. If you don't have any better muzzle attachments, I guess the integral suppressor would be better, but T-brake's the way to go. It reloads quick. I don't know if I should mention that. I guess I should. Alright, so I didn't really explain this part very well, so redoing it like mid-editing. So basically the reason I think this gun is overpowered is because it basically excels at everything. It not necessarily excels, but it's at least good at everything. It doesn't really have any drawbacks. And on top of that, it also has like a bunch of minor benefits, like the attachments. It has the full stock, the different magazine sizes, the integral suppressor. Not a lot of guns have that kind of stuff. And the pretty small stat buffs, like the increased penetration. That doesn't sound like a lot, but 1.0 or 1.2 to 1.4 is a pretty noticeable difference once you really start to, I guess, wallbang people more often. And even like the increased muzzle velocity, that's not a big thing, but if you're at range, it kind of helps too. And I mean, it's just so many of these different little stat changes that add up and create kind of an overpowered gun. So yeah, whoever's balancing this, I feel like they have a bias. you read the description, you will see it's a Japanese firearm. I feel like some weeb is definitely behind this. But, yeah, I think that's it. See ya.